From the Los Angeles Times, the article dated December 29th, 1987. Amid the clutter of small shops and businesses that line Western Avenue between Olympic Boulevard and 8th Street rises a giant new structure with just a single sign in English, Koreatown Plaza. Workers are putting the finishing touches on the $25 million tri-level indoor mall, the first mid-city development of its size in years. Although still empty, the mall doesn't open until late January. Koreatown Plaza symbolizes a new phase of the Korean business community in Southern California. Believed to be the biggest project undertaken by Koreans in the Southland, it represents a size and scope far beyond the small retail outlets that have until now been the dominant form of Korean-operated businesses in the area. The brainchild of developer Jung Nam Yang, who has built other retail complexes in Koreatown, the new mall was designed by Ki Soo Park, managing partner at the architectural firm of Guess Who, Gruen and Associates. Its 227,000 square feet of retail space will house 85 to 90 shops, an international food court, a bank, restaurants, and a supermarket. Hi everyone, Anthony here with Aces and Ventures, and welcome to Los Angeles. I am back on the West Coast. Unexpectedly, I had a friend who wanted to see a mall, a couple malls, and offered to fly me out. So big shout out to my buddy Vacant Exploration, on Vacant_Exploration on Instagram for bringing me out to check out some more scenes on the West Coast. And it was a much needed 4-day getaway from normal life. And was obviously a trip on a budget because things are kind of tight right now. But let me tell you, I had an amazing 4 days, and I'm very grateful that I was able to get back out here. So a couple things. I'm just going to touch on this mall a little bit. This is by no means a political channel and will never be a political channel. And I will tell you now, if any comments below are disrespectful, they will be deleted and you will be banned. So I'm going to tell you that this property has a very interesting history, and there are some things that I'm going to briefly touch on, but if you know more than I do and are from this area or of Korean descent and live in this area and can contribute more, please, I encourage you to do so. So this property was built obviously in the late 80s, and even though the title of this video is Dead Mall, it's one of those places that is up for debate as to whether or not it's really dead. I would say that there are different categories of deadness. This property definitely seems to be struggling as of late. I don't know if COVID has made it worse. I'm not from this area. Again, if you're a local and know what it was like pre-COVID to post-COVID, please let me know. There still are a healthy number of businesses in here, but it definitely is having its struggles. And as you can see, to my delight, the aesthetic in this place is amazing, with the pink and green tiles, the gold brass rails, and of course the amazing fountain and mid-court elevator with the old style bulbs was pretty awesome to see. My good buddy Zach at Lost in the Valley, another YouTube channel you should definitely check out, who is a very close friend of mine, is going to have a more detailed video, as he is a local, on the history of this property. So please, some of you have already done so. If not, go give his channel a subscribe. He told me about this place, and even with as many malls as I visit, you still have places that slip through the cracks, and I had no idea this place existed, but it was rather amazing to see. So there are a lot of Korean-based businesses in this mall. I did not recognize a single place in this mall. And once again, if you know more about these brands, if they're just Korean-only brands, if they're where they're based out of, but I have never heard of any of these brands. So it was pretty cool to see something different. And even though from what I read about this property, I did read quite a bit, even though it is a Korean-based shopping mall, they have said in articles, basically the LA Times had said that they were encouraging people of all descents to come and shop, and wanted folks, not just of Korean nationality, but anybody from the U.S. or wherever you may be traveling to come and check out this location. The food court in this place is incredible. As you can see, the neon right here with the International Food Court sign. And what was cool in a weird kind of way was that all the tables are out because of COVID regulations, and it gave me more freedom to walk around. This food court reminds me very, very much of a certain food court in Akron, Ohio. It looks like Rolling Acres very much in terms of the food courts. You got the Pho 2000 here, and then you've got a couple businesses that are no longer there, and but you still have a handful of places, and you can definitely tell that this place has never been updated. So, as I mentioned, this place opened in 1987 and did very well. However, in 1992, which is the topic that we're just going to briefly scale over the top of, we had, of course, the Ellie Riots, and I don't know how much of an impact that had on the area and businesses in general. I mean, I read some stuff and watched some stuff. I'm not going to get into the reasons as to what happened during the riots, but I would imagine that had somewhat of a negative effect on business. And from what I've read locally, it seems that this place since the 90s has just kind of been trotting along. There is another competing mall close by that also serves folks of Korean descent as well. And Koreatown, actually, Los Angeles, the area in general, is very close to Chinatown and other different areas of Los Angeles that have easier access to freeways and whatnot, so I've been told that those areas are thriving a little more, and there are a lot of Korean-based businesses that are actually moving out to different areas of the city. So once again, like I said, I'm not going to touch on that too much because that's a very sensitive topic, obviously, but I just wanted to mention it because it is part of the history of this mall, and I am super glad that I got to see this place. So, like I had mentioned, my buddy Zach is going to have probably a more detailed video on this place. Seeing the H Mart here was really awesome. I've never been into an H Mart before, and you can obviously tell that this place was never updated. You're going to see neon galore and some products that I'm also not familiar with. And I did buy a soda, and it was actually really good. I don't remember the naming of it off the top of my head, but very, very cool, old, small, little foreign supermarket that has a lot of Korean delicacies and whatnot, and some live, I think it was lobster, crab and stuff, and different types of things that I had never seen in a supermarket before. So very, very cool to see the different ethnicities and different cultures that are in and around Los Angeles area. There is much more content coming up in the next few weeks. I filmed a couple more places, including an exclusive look at an abandoned property that I visited several years ago, and wait till you guys see the footage. It is going to blow your mind. We just passed 38,000 subscribers. We are on the drive to 50,000. YouTube is weird. It goes up and it goes down. As always, to sound like a broken record, please do me a magnificently huge favor and make sure that you share this video, and please give it a thumbs up. The algorithm fancies that, so I very much so appreciate it. This is Anthony with Ace's Adventures, checking in live from the West Coast. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and we'll be back soon with more mall adventures. Oh my god, could it be roaming through the malls of the Koreatown Plaza? Could it be spotted in the wild? It is! It's a wild Huxley! Let's go in for a closer look.